Just life in general. Like, having a difficult thing that you do in your life, I think, makes the rest of life easier. I really do. And I think we're just, humans are so adaptable, man. You look at people that live in horrible conditions and they seem fine. Like, you ever see like these videos of these villages where these kids are playing and there's just dirt, there's nothing else, and they're just kicking around a homemade soccer ball, laughing and giggling.
Joe, so last year, 2 years ago, we go on a big vacation, right? I like going to Africa. And we go to this tribe. And
What part of Africa did you go?
this one was in Kenya. It was right outside of Kenya. Like, you flew into Nairobi. It was just outside of Kenya. But you remember when you were a kid and like you build a fort? Like, if me and you were hanging out with 12 years old, you're like, oh, you want to build a fort? Yeah, okay. You're gonna end up getting like, okay, I got a trash can.
Yeah.
I got my dad's jacket. I got the hood of a car, and we love. And then once you build a fort, then you're inside, and you're like, this is where we're gonna cook, dude. That's what these guys lived in, and they were. It was like watching kids play fort, and they were just so proud. I went in. I'll show you a picture later. Wow. It's so cool. You go in, and that's all they got. And I think that when you say that's all they got, it's a misconception.
Yeah,
they
because
have everything
they exist just like we exist. Like, they're alive and thriving just like we're alive and thriving. It's just a completely different way of living. A hunter-gatherer's way of living, apparently, when you talk to, and I'm not talking about like, let's be real clear, I'm not talking about like third world people who live in like rural poverty. I'm talking about hunter-gatherers. I'm talking about people that exist off the land. Right. There's something about that they think resonates with people because that's how we evolved. And so when people do that, they're very happy. Like, they had a really interesting docuseries on Vice back in the day called Heinmo's Arctic Adventure. And this dude moved up to the Arctic in like the 1970s. And he's been there ever since. This dude doesn't have he's got a TV with like VHS tapes, and he watches movies occasionally. He saw about 9/11. He saw a photo of 9/11. He's still never seen the planes go into the towers. And this guy lives in like a log house that's in the middle of the woods, and he's surrounded by grizzly bears. He had to kill a grizzly bear on camera. In the middle of this thing, the grizzly bear was coming to kill his dog or eat his caribou or something. It's killed one of his dogs in the past. Like, you have your dogs tied up outside to bark to make sure that they know when bears are coming.
Right.
And a bear ate his dog. The dog was tied up. They came back. The dog was dead. Or just pieces of it. Like, and this guy lives like this, and he's so happy, but he's also super intelligent. So when this guy's talking, he's explaining how I think this is how people are supposed to live.
Well, not only that, too, but knowing that your life or any life can end at any moment, at any time. I think when you have a reality that just how delicate all of life is, you have a different perception. And you look at things a lot differently. Like, you lose someone.
He lost a 2-year-old baby. It fell out of their boat in the rapids. I mean, this is how difficult their life is, that they're forced to hold a 2-year-old baby in the rapids.
Mm.
Like,
well,
there's no other way to do it. They have to get through. So
right.
Everyone has to survive. And
it's like
the thing tipped over.
It's like, well, and we live in our world where a 2-year-old gets cancer.
Right.
And you go watch that kid go through things and have 10, 15 operations. Yeah. And then you finally lose them. It's life. That's the part, like, doesn't matter. Part of me wants to go back to that. I know it's going to be a battle. But there is part of me that feels like this should be the new school. But is there a mix between living that way and like, hey man, let's go get some pizza and burgers? Like, that's the new school. Learning how to build a home, learning how to live off the land.